Loren Jamal is here with us, you guys. Yeah, he's gonna have a little chit chat with us on our little segment we call Artist Lounge.
You have to tell the people your name and where you're from and how does it affect your work.
It's Loren Jamal.
Loren Jamal, okay. All right, where are you from?
I was thinking about if I wanted to lie or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and
Wait.
You know, people always lie about where they from.
You gonna tell
I'm
me
from New York.
No, you're not from no motherfucking New York. I would have butt my eyes at you twice.
DC.
Okay.
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
As opposed to the other D.C., I don't know.
Okay. So can you does your style of music give Washington, D.C., or you a more so unique artist with a sound that's from another influence?
I feel like my sound is my sound. Like I don't. It's not geographical. Like it just pops up in my head. Because DC is too pop. It's like too
When I hear DC, I think about go-go.
Yeah.
Do you like go-go music?
I like drums. Nice gowns.
Nice gowns. Okay. So yeah, not so much of the
Beautiful gowns. No, I really do like. I do like go-go music actually. Like Chuck Brown. I like clean go-go. That's the difference. I like polished studio go-go.
Who do you have any influence? Like, who are your biggest influence as far as artists go? Like, real influence. No, why are you smiling for?
I like Prince. Mm-hmm. I like Sly Stone. Yeah.
You're making me feel like I'm a novice now.
I like Janet Jackson. Well, actually, I like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And I like Janet Jackson. Michael, well, he's not an influencer, but he's a good rhythm artist, you know.
Okay.
I like your stuff.
Well, I don't have any material everywhere like you.
But that's okay because that helps me tremendously because we're friends in real life.
Right.
And I get to hear stuff that other people don't hear. And then I can steal it and put it out before you
that's
do.
Bullshit.
And then that way you look like a copycat and I look like a genius.
Just be very mindful of what happens. It happens independently and in the professional business. Believe it or not. No. Thank you though. I know you don't mean that.
Okay.
Where do you find inspiration? Like are you the type of person who has to travel, sightsee, or stuff to get like new ideas when it comes to projects or new songs or is it experiences? Where do you find most of your inspiration from?
Events. Like my last full-length album was about like the Black Lives Matter and racial injustice and all that stuff, but I kind of mask it with love songs. But if you really listen to the album Apocalyptic Lover, it's really about how... Can I cuss?
Yeah, nigga. Something funny.
Well, that's not a cuss word.
We gotta put bleep beep.
Oh yeah, but
yeah,
you know, like how
something.
fucked up America. I will use the worst curse word possible, but yeah, it's like
we are free over here, please.
Yeah, that's what that's about. But other influences I get from talking to my friends, talking to family, hearing their experiences. 90% of the songs I write are not about me or my own experience. When I write about my own experience, those are the ones with the parental advisory stickers on them. And I only write angry songs when it comes to me. I've never written a actual love song, except for once when I was married.
We might marinate on that in a question then, because I actually had a question. But what time of the day do you prefer to create, or do you prefer to get into like a creative mode, pretty much thing?
Like most artists, like true musicians, you hear music every single second of every single day.
Yeah.
So even I hear it all the time. Like us just sitting here, and before we started, I could hear like a drum beat just based off of walking. Like, you know, the sound a floor makes or the way a door closes, you can hear music everywhere. So I'm always creating in my head. So there's no time of day.
Okay.
So it's always going.
And
then if you hear something really good, you know, you pull out your phone and you kind of make a voice memo. And then you get home, you're like, oh, that song that I was hearing in my head. And then you start playing like, oh, this is some shit. This don't sound right. But still, you know, you tweak it, you work it, and then becomes, you know, something amazing like FML or something like that.
Not like FML. Okay. So this is where you can kind of think a little bit. And if you're currently working on something, maybe that would be the answer to this. But describe your dream project. What is your dream project? Are you in the midst of making a dream project?
No.
Oh, okay.
I never am.
What? Because it's just a dream project.
Right.
So you'll never actually accomplish your dream project?
Never. Because when people ask me like, oh, I can't say that.
What?
Because you're going to ask me the question later.
What's the question?
Like when people ask me, what's my favorite song? And the only answer I can give is I haven't written it yet. Because I don't know. I don't have a favorite song of my own.
That was the next question.
Yeah, I'm also psychic.
Oh my God. How did you know that was the next question? Seriously.
No, but like I don't have a dream project. I have like songs that I've always wanted to do. Like my current song, Thinking About You. I have
That was the song.
that song. Oh,
Yeah.
the one
That I was talking about.
I heard this song a long time ago by one of my good friends and another really amazing artist. His name is Mark Angel.
Shout out Mari Angel.
And I love the song that I sampled for this current song. And that was always a dream in my head. I always heard his voice and the tagline that he sings in his own song. I've always heard it with a different type of chord progression. And I was happy to get that out. Like that was a dream song to do. And I always hear, whenever I hear anybody's song, I always rearrange it in my head. And that's not like a bad thing. That's just me as a musician. I
think musicians typically do that. Nobody is a musician to play something exactly how it sounds. If
Right.
you want to remember something, you want to re-endition it so that if you put your spin on it, what would it be? Because other artists will like to hear you put other spin. It's songs that I hear, I would love for other people to put spins on it. And when I do hear it, I'm like, yes.
You know, that happened to me recently.
Robert Glasper does that a lot with songs, with other artists.
Yeah.
And or iconic songs. But what song did that happen with you recently?
It was a song that I had wrote and I shared it with somebody and they was working on it. And it was really good. And then they just like, I can't do it because I can't do it justice.
It can't be replicated and I couldn't do it justice, right? Yeah.
But
so you just wanted to throw me under the bus.
But I don't believe that. You just
don't make me play the rough draft. No, I'm not gonna do that. So, other than the song that we was talking about that you haven't written, really, what is the best song you have created? Because that was the question I was gonna ask for artists. Psychic.
The best song that I've ever created.
You think it could be from your artist perspective. Now, that's what we could use. Because I have songs that I think are my best ones and other people still stuck on my first ones and I've been feeling away. But they kind of catching on to the whatever. But if from a perspective point, since it seemed like you were asked that from your perspective, what was your best song when you say you hadn't written one yet? So to people, what song is it that stands out with?
Oh, the one the people
mention,
like.
Yeah, honorable mention.
Let me see.
Oh, you about to check the analytics?
You know,
Okay.
I come with receipts.
Okay. Now, what do you think what song do you think it is?
I think it's a song called "Say What You Want to Do."
Well, we would check the analytics on that, and we will be updating you guys. What? That's what you was about to do. I mean, that's very interesting though. Like, you always want to know what people think, because it kind of lets you know what direction to target at times when you feel like buttering certain sides of your toast.
But you know, I've never done that. Like,
you don't make music for people?
You know, a long time ago, I had this interlude that I was going to put on the album. And I said, I don't make music to please other people. I make it for release for myself, and I just happen to share it with other people.
And people happen to like it.
Well, some people, and then some people say that it's trash. And
oh, yeah, I mean, but everybody, you know, the best artists get called trash.
I can't love everybody, and everybody.
The artists today can't love artists without people condemning them to hell and back, or calling them all types of losers.
Well, you know,
the best artists. You don't see them doing that with the mediocre artists.
Obviously, we're not going to like everybody's music, and we're not going to like the way everybody sings or how everybody plays an instrument. But I feel like there's no bad artists. In my personal, I get it, but in my personal opinion, as a musician and as somebody who's been playing instruments, I don't play just one, I play several. But I feel like as a person that creates music from absolutely nothing, like I don't drag and drop chords into my DAW. I don't use loops, but nothing against the people that do, because you can create something from nothing, or you can create something from inspiration, from something that's already there. And to do that, it takes a lot of knowledge. It takes some type of talent. For you, even if you sing completely off key, but you wrote every one of those lyrics, that's still a talent.
It's still a talent, because somebody can sing it and make it beautiful.
Right. So there's no bad.
It's really no bad artists. I think that the labels that people go to is what suggests who people reach, what their message is, and when can we see them again. Really. Right.
You remember when we had a conversation, and I told you, I said, I wish I could sing like you. Remember I said that?
I don't like it, and I didn't like when you said it.
Right, but
because I don't think I make myself sound good, but I don't think I can sing as good as I really want to. But I don't know if anybody sings as good as they actually want to, because people just really, when you use raw talent, you're not really supposed to be suggesting you can sing better than such and such and such, or you can whatever, or I want to sing like the people I want to sing like, they all dead.
Or maybe.
But I don't think I have a voice that people want to say. I wish I had a voice like you. Like
no, I mean, there's certain things that you can do with your voice. Just like there's certain things that, like I was talking about Mark Angel, there's certain things he can do with his voice. There's certain things my friend Therese can do with his voice that I really like that I can't do. Like I can't do runs. I can do a brisk walk. But I don't do
brisk walk.
I don't do runs. Like I've always wanted to.
You think I'd be running?
I feel like you have a nice pace.
I really be like rolling.
Okay, but that's still something.
I like to roll my voice more so than run it. Like my throat. Pause. My throat is not trained to be running all over the place. For real. My head makes up for the runs that I do want to hear. And
I don't have a head voice. I go straight to falsetto. Boom, right there at the top.
Well, that's your technique. And that's what makes you, I guess, special. Because I can falsetto, but it ain't going to sound like how yours sound. It's for it to sound sweet and smooth without I sound like somebody's grandma. Okay, so what is the purpose of your work? Like, what is the goal? What do you want to do in the end? What is
I want to be rich. I'm trying to make money. That's it.
Well, you already make residuals from music that you have, so I'm
trying to get more. That's the point. Every time I make a new song, it's because I have a bill to pay. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, if your music is paying bills, I need to be making a song right now, literally.
I think that the purpose of me.
Can I make a song for you and you pay my bill in return?
I still haven't gotten my check for this interview.
So you're not getting your check until I'm done.
The purpose. It seems like
A better time.
now that I think about it, it's kind of like a really bad reason, and it's more so for my own release, because I have a lot of stuff in my head. It's easy to express it through music and lyrics than it is sitting here talking to you. This is giving me extreme anxiety.
Not Summer Walker on me. Anxiety, does that play a part in creative blocks with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I always want to have a great song. Like, all the songs that I put out, the lyrics to me they're really good lyrics. I mean, people say that I'm a good lyricist, but that gives me anxiety. When I get compliments, it bothers me. It like messes with my soul. It messes with my spirit. Because the next song that I write, I'm thinking about, oh, well, this person said that this song was great. Oh, I played the piano really well on this. Or I played the bass really well. And now when I go back into the studio or whatever to make a song, I'm thinking, oh, that bass line sucks. So now I got to rethink the whole bass line because I want them to say the same thing. I don't want them to, oh, well, that last song had a great bass line, but this new bass line sounds like shit.
Here's my problem. I don't like when people comment on the music. Well, I ain't gonna say. Well, I guess I appreciate it more now that I make the music. But I hate when somebody forgets that this beat has words and a message. And when somebody's instantly going like, oh, that beat is hot, bro. What about the song? Like, the song is the piece, but a person with dead ass listen to a beat and will just be like, that beat, and be talking about the beat all the way through your verse.
But
And
that's the point, though.
they beat you to the fucking chorus and still don't fucking listen to it. Just be like, bro, that beat. And I'm just like, okay.
Think about it. Like, really think about it. Think about some of the top songs ever written in the country as of late. We're not talking about when people actually used to do music.
Right.
Think about lately. You listen to some beats and they're really, really good. But if you listen to an acapella of that song, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, what are you talking about? So people resonate really closely with the music because that's what draws people in. Some songs, have intros that are 30 seconds long, and that's to capture you. Nobody really nowadays starts off with an acapella intro. Really. And if they do, that's because they are singers who have established themselves as great and talented artists, so they know they can capture you with just their voice and just their lyrics.
Now you got me over here thinking about a song that starts with acapella.
Right.
Steady, are you ready? But yes, that's the only song I could think about, and I swear that came off at the top of my head.
And how do you feel about the lyrical content of that song?
It is impeccable.
Right.
I think that was the day that they could determine who was the weak link in the group from listening to that acapella. But it was probably the same person. They probably just dubbed them 12 times. That's what it sounded like.
Maybe.
But it was a piece. Do you have a network of other artists? Well, I did hear you mention some other people. So this is your little platform to shout them out on, if you like. But
no, I don't. They don't need any
recognition.
So,
okay,
no.
so you don't have any. Okay, so
I do.
if you have some, how do they support you, and who are they?
Well, first, the biggest and the best is Trez Larry, and he is the head of my record label.
Okay.
And he also is the reason why music exists from Loren Jamal on platforms, because I was in the process of removing everything back when I had my own label. I was going to take everything down.
Okay.
But we're working
you didn't
on
tell me the name of your label, so.
It's 586 Music.
586 Music. That was the first 3 digits to my house landline phone.
See, it's meant to be.
I'm sorry, it was the second 3 digits, but the first is the area code.
So yeah.
But yeah.
He's the best.
And how does he? Well, you said how he supports you, so he pretty much puts you on the up and up with distributing to platforms and things like that. Okay.
And then you have people who are on my label who are still very supportive, and I love them all. You have Dominique, DMINQ, if you want to search his music. Then you have Prince Cat Eyes, he's a rapper. Awkwardo, he's a rapper and producer, one of the best producers and just an all-around great person I've ever worked with. You have Quincy Tyree, who is a phenomenal rapper. Like he's a phenomenal rapper.
Okay.
Of course, Mark Angel, and Naj. I don't know if he's like 100% active, but I have a song with him called "The Truth" on my Apocalyptic Lover album.
Come on,
and he's great.
So where where is your music streaming, or where can it be purchased? Like, well, I know Apple Music is one, so
Apple
YouTube
Music,
is another.
Apple Music, Tidal, everywhere. Most of my music is not on YouTube, and I'm sorry, but I did that on purpose.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Yeah, but everywhere else you can find it.
You don't think people should be able to access all your music for free?
I feel like they should. And it's not necessarily because it's not for free, because YouTube, I would still get paid if you stream it on there. But there's certain things about YouTube behind the scenes that when I had my own label, I didn't really like how they operated. But that's just my personal preference. And that's all I can say on that.
Did you ever tell us a technique for overcoming creative blocks, if you ever have one?
Yes, I would say have lots and lots of sex.
Sex? Okay. So that makes you come back and have a whole verse?
Or something.
Would you want to come back and let me add a bridge at the end of it?
No, after sex, you will realize that maybe your drums hit harder and your bass is thicker.
You know what? With that being said, we are going to roll the piano. You were silly. I think we have went down the list. This was Loren Jamal, who came all the way from DC literally today. I want to say thank you for coming on my first presentation.
Yes.
This means a lot. I'm sure that this will go down in history for people who would need to know, who want to know who you are. So thank you, and I hope to see you again on a project or something.
And what else?
And what else?
My check is
Your
in
check
the mail.
is
because I finished it. And you
pending.
said no.
You know when you go and click that link and you check the status of your IRS says it's pending. No, thank you though. And I know you did it out of love. It ain't no check going on here.
You won't ever see me on this show again.
You wanted me to say, because you have to eat a pizza so he can have a baby. Now check that. Thank you for coming.
Sure. Anytime. Except for Tuesdays.